Welcome to the Capital Area School Development Association Virtual College Fair, and thank you for joining us. A few announcements before we get started. You can type your questions in the Q&A button for our presenters to answer. Your camera and microphone are both off, so our panelists cannot see nor hear you. This is just one of many different sessions, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at stripescan.com/CASDANY. And with that being said, I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Manhattanville College.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenn Kleinkopf, the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions at Manhattanville. Thank you for joining me. Let me share my screen. I do have my colleague, Megan Testoni, in the Q&A, so if you do have any questions throughout this presentation, she is there to answer them for you. Okay, let's get started. So to give you a little background on Manhattanville College, we are a small private liberal arts institution founded in 1841. We're located 30 miles north of New York City in Westchester County. So I always tell our students to get the best of both worlds, having a closed suburban campus, but the city and its opportunities are only 30 minutes away. We are both a coeducational and non-denominational institution, and we are only about 1,600 undergraduate students and 1,000 graduate. But we have students from about 35 states and 40 countries, making it a very diverse campus. Our student to faculty ratio is 11:1 with an average class size of 19. So we can guarantee that your professor will know your name and they'll know how to help you succeed. On our 100-acre campus, we do have 4 residence halls, and we guarantee housing at Manhattanville all 4 years, so you will always have a place to stay. This is a list of our academic programs. We have about 50 different majors of study, and you can also minor in any of these areas. As you'll see, they are broken up into major area. We do have 4+1 programs in both business and education for those looking to also get their graduate degree and streamline their education. We have a new nursing program. This is our second year with the program. We're very excited. We have new labs renovated on our campus, as well as additional certification in holistic nursing, which makes us quite unique. We also have a self-designed major. For those who may have a unique passion or interest you don't see listed, you are able to create your own major of study. I'll also add that at Manhattanville, you will get a lot of support and that you will have an advisor in each area that you pursue, whether it's a major or minor, to make sure that you're meeting requirements, finding internships, and getting the most out of the program. Speaking of internships, our Center for Career Development is really there to help guide you in finding internship opportunities while in college, as well as employment when you graduate. They help with resume review, cover letter building. We'll give mock interviews to students to practice. They also host multiple job and internship fairs right on our campus, as well as internship opportunities. We have over 650 relationships for our students. MasterCard is our next door neighbor. We have PepsiCo around the corner. And within New York City, we have relationships with CNN, MTV, Madison Square Garden, JP Morgan and Chase, and so much more. Outside of the classroom, we do have a lot of opportunities. Athletics, we are Division III. Our mascot is the Valiant. He looks like a knight. We have 23 sports that you'll see listed, our newest being women's rugby. For those who like to play a sport but don't necessarily want to make the commitment of being on a team, we also do have intramural club sports available for our students. In addition to intramurals, we have other student-run clubs for our students to join. We have about 50 in total, and these are some of our offerings. The good news is that it only takes 6 students to start a club at Manhattanville. So if you do have a unique passion, you and 5 friends can start your own club, and you'll get the proper support and funding to do so. We do offer study abroad at Manhattanville. We have about 100 different opportunities in total. What's really nice is that we have 4 direct exchange. Those are with programs in the UK, France, Japan, and Ireland. And what that means, not only are your credits seamlessly transferring, so is your aid. So what you pay for Manhattanville, you pay for the partnering institution. So applying to Manhattanville. We are a rolling admissions institution, so we accept applications throughout the year, but we do have 2 deadlines to keep in mind. December 1st is early action, non-binding. It just ensures a decision by January 1st. And then March 1st is our priority deadline. I will add that our application is still open for fall 2021. So if there are any seniors on the call, you are more than welcome to still apply. We are a member of the Common Application, and we have our own private application on our website. And these are our requirements. We ask for the application, a $50 fee, personal essay, 2 letters of recommendation, your official transcript. And the good news is we are test optional, so we don't require test scores for any of our programs except for education. Nursing is very similar. The main difference is instead of a general personal essay, we really want to hear about why you would like to become a nurse. And lastly, for our international students, again, requirements are similar, but we will accept 2 academic letters, and we do require some sort of English proficiency, and you see on the slide what we will accept. We also will take a 550 on the critical reading section of the SAT. Here are tuition and fees. Please don't be too worried about that number. Our total cost is $55,000. However, 98% of our students do receive financial aid and pay significantly less than what you see listed. And in addition to financial aid, we offer merit scholarships. When a student applies to Manhattanville, there's something additional they need to do to be considered. They're automatically evaluated to see if they're accepted, but also what scholarship they're eligible for. They range from $10,000 to $25,000 and $15,000 to $20,000 for our nursing students. And that is my contact information. So if you do have any follow-up questions, please feel free to email or give me a call, and I would be happy to assist you. Thank you, everyone.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for talking to us a little bit about what Manhattanville College has to offer. Now, I would like to invite our next rep, who is from Manhattan College.
Perfect. Thank you. So I'm just going to share my screen. All right, everyone, thanks so much for joining us. My name is Evelyn. I am one of the counselors here in the Office of Admissions at Manhattan College. For those who are not familiar with Manhattan College, we are the last stop on the 1 train west 242nd Street in the Riverdale section of the Bronx. We are just 35 to 40 minutes away from Midtown Manhattan, the last stop on the 1 train, as I mentioned, which makes New York City extremely accessible to our students, and our students are really taking advantage of the many extracurriculars, job and internship opportunities found in New York City. I do like to call us a fair-sized institution. So we do have over 3,600 undergraduate students. This does include our transfer population. Again, as I mentioned, a fair-sized institution with an average class size of about 23 students. We do have a very diverse population. We do have students from all 50 states and 63 different countries represented on campus. Our Multicultural Center is the hub for diversity programming planned throughout the year, and it does offer students a number of activities to participate in. We have over 100 different student organizations that include student government, finance club, the performing arts, intramural sports, and sports clubs. We are also a Division I institution in the MAC conference and offer Division I teams for our students. Again, we do have intramurals and sports clubs for students who might not be interested in competing. Our students also have the opportunity to immerse themselves in service locally and away within the country, within the states or overseas as well, which is just one of the opportunities that our students have to travel abroad. Service is a large part of our mission and extremely important to our campus community. Here at the college, we do offer 5 disciplines and programs found within each discipline of study. Our students will have the opportunity to apply to one of these 5 schools of study listed here. Where you find the asterisks, there are graduate programs. So in 4 out of the 5 schools, we do offer a 5-year program where a student can not only complete their undergraduate degree, but their graduate degree as well. We also have the opportunity for students to diversify their area of study. They may also concentrate and minor across the 5 schools of study, which is great. So we do have a liberal arts foundation that really rounds out a student's education here. We also have pre-professional tracks for students who might be interested in a postgraduate program in the medical fields or in the healthcare fields. You are paired with a secondary advisor who will work with you to prepare you for those postgraduate opportunities. All students have the opportunity to study abroad, no matter the program of study. The biggest difference is when a student can study abroad at the college. Our students have traveled to Europe. Our students have traveled to South and Central America. Our students have stayed within the States. We do have a number of partnerships overseas. If there's a specific location that our students do not see available with the college, we do partner with other institutions to make this possible. Students also will find that about 95, if not 100% of their trip overseas will be covered working with our study abroad office. The only bad thing about studying abroad is that you have to come back. Campus housing is offered on campus. We do have traditional and suite style housing offered on campus. It is guaranteed all 4 years, and we do not have a first year requirement where students must live on campus. I always mention that students can have a vehicle on campus, but it's nice to know that you don't need one given the means of transportation that surrounds our campus. But again, it is open to all students, freshmen included. We also do have apartment style housing off campus, traditionally reserved for juniors and seniors, but there is a 12-month option for a student who might be interested in pursuing research opportunity or internship opportunity in New York City available as well. Return on investment is a pillar at the college that we enjoy highlighting. About 75% of our student population will intern during their time with us. About 83% of students will leave with some sort of career-related experience. About 90% of our students will report to being employed within 9 months or less. We have had students move on to Optimum, Con Edison, Turner Construction, KPMG, Ernst & Young. So a number of opportunities available depending on the area of study a student is looking to pursue. And about 87% of our students will report to being employed within the fields of study that they pursued at the college. Last year, Manhattan College was named #1 most transformative college in the country, meaning we do have the ability to change the lives of our students. This year, we remain within the top 10. For students who are just starting their college search process, these are just some of our requirements. This past year, we were test optional. It has not been decided how we will move forward for this next application cycle, but I do encourage you to look out for any announcements when that decision is finally made. All right, 1 letter of recommendation is required, but 3 is a great rule of thumb. We are found right on the Common Application, Coalition application, and we do have our own personal Manhattan College application. Whichever you use will be just fine. We do not have a preference. Now, we are on a rolling admissions basis and do not have a specific deadline, but we will guarantee a decision within 2 to 3 weeks once an application becomes complete. For students who have already been accepted, you can definitely give our office a call to discuss next steps. Okay, we do have a recommended deadline of May 1st and are working with students as they look to make that final decision. If you have not already visited, we are encouraging you to do so. We do have on-campus opportunities as well as virtual opportunities and weekend opportunities if you would like to visit our campus. I will drop my contact information in the chat box and answer any questions that you might have. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Evelyn. And that, again, folks, was Manhattan College. Next up, we have Dominican College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Monique. I'm one of the freshman admissions counselors with Dominican College, and I'm going to share a little bit with you about what makes Dominican special. So for those of you that may not know, Dominican College is a fairly small institution right in Rockland County, New York. Our total enrollment is around 1,800 students, and we are located about 17 miles north of New York City, which definitely is something that's really great for our students in terms of securing internships and also just exploring the city and finding out what that has to offer. We have 17 Division II athletic teams on campus for men and women. Our campus is also a 64-acre campus, so even though we may be a smaller size institution in terms of enrollment, we definitely have a lot of space. We have about 3 residence halls. We have 3 academic buildings on campus, as well as our library, 2 dining centers, and our fitness center as well. One of the really cool things about Dominican is 100% of first-time, full-time freshmen will receive some type of financial aid that can be in the form of FAFSA as well as in the form of scholarships. So every student that is accepted to Dominican will receive some type of scholarship that can range anywhere from $6,000 to around $18,000, and that's all based on merit. In addition, for any students that for some reason may not be able to apply for financial aid, we can definitely work with them and definitely find out different ways that we can possibly offer those students some additional help. Since we are a smaller school, we do have more intimate class sizes. So we have about a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. What that really looks like in the classroom is for some of our maybe general education courses that a lot of students have to take, we may have at max maybe 24 students in the classroom. And as you get deeper into your major, the class sizes definitely shrink anywhere from 15 to 10 students in a class. These are just some of our majors that we have on campus. In addition to these, we have different specializations within these major programs. Some of our most popular programs I would definitely say are business, our health sciences, which we have pre-occupational therapy and pre-physical therapy, as well as a bio-pre-med track with that. Nursing is very popular, as well as education and social work. Dominican College was actually founded as a college for education for teaching the Sisters of St. Dominic, which is how we got our name. So student life on campus. So being a student at Dominican is definitely something that's very exciting. One of the things that we definitely push students to get involved in is leadership and kind of, definitely honing the skills that would help them become more marketable when they do get into the workforce. So within that, we have our career services office, which provides career counseling for students. And we also have an internship coordinator who helps us make sure that our students have secured internships. So students can do internships as soon as their freshman year. And every student has to do an internship in order to graduate. Some internships that students have done, they've done internships with Pfizer, with BMW, with the New York Mets. So definitely the opportunities are endless for students. We have about 30 plus clubs and student organizations on campus. Like I said, student leadership and community life is very important at Dominican, so we definitely do push students to get involved. The good thing is there's a club for anything. It could be involving a major, so we have like a biology club, we have anime and gaming, and we also have community service clubs and organizations as well. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. And let's say, you come into Dominican and you see that there's a void or maybe something that we don't offer as a student club or organization. Students have the opportunity to create and charter their own clubs, and it's a very simple process for them. Like I said earlier, we do have 3 residence halls on campus, and we also have guaranteed housing for all 4 years for our Dominican College students. So that's definitely something that we're very proud of. We make sure to take care of our students and make sure that they always have a home at Dominican. For students, they have the opportunity to choose from suite style living, individual rooms, or shared rooms. The choice is really up to them. We also provide a lot of support services for our students on campus, anything from counseling, healthcare, tutoring, and any other type of support service that you can probably imagine. And that's all free on campus for our students. Like I said earlier, we are a Division II, we are a part of Division II athletics for NCAA. These are just some of the sports that we do offer for students. For some students that may not be interested in participating in a Division II sport, we do have intramurals as well. So if you kind of just want to get involved just for fun, that's definitely all right. Also, we definitely will have that as an opportunity for students. So applying to Dominican is a very simple process. For any of you that are seniors or even for juniors next year to just keep in mind, you can apply on our Dominican College website or the Common App. We do offer fee waiver codes. The fee waiver code for this year is WAVE 2021. So definitely, if you're interested in applying, definitely check us out. All you would need is your high school transcript because we are a test optional institution. This is just our tuition and fees. Just keep in mind that our average financial aid package is a little bit over half of our annual tuition. So we definitely make sure to help students out on that end. And this is my contact information. If you have any questions, I'll also put this in the chat. Thank you for your time, and I hope to speak with some of you.
Thank you so much, Dominican College. What next up, we have Westfield State University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christian De Jesus. I am one of the undergraduate admission counselors at Westfield State University. Fun fact, I did graduate Westfield State in 2018 with my bachelor's in psychology. So let's get started. So first, we're going to get started with Westfield State by our numbers. So we are a four-year public comprehensive liberal arts institution. So that's a bit of a mouthful, so we do like to break it down. So 4 years, meaning that you will receive a bachelor's degree in 4 years. Public, meaning we are a public institution and part of the state sister institution system. And comprehensive liberal arts institution, meaning that you will be receiving a 360 educational experience at Westfield through our Common Core curriculum. We currently have about 4,800 undergraduate students. When you add the graduate students, this number goes up to about 5,000. We like to consider ourselves on the lower end of a medium-sized institution. I like to say we're big enough where you can do your own thing at Westfield, but we're small enough where you can still get out your comfort zone, having active social life by being parts of clubs, organizations, athletic sports team, and all that great stuff. Behind there is a drone picture of part of our campus. That middle part is our green section. Some days you'll wake up and there's bounce houses or some food trucks on that green. We host many of our events there. So 60% of our overall student population live on campus, 90% of our first years live on campus, and you are guaranteed housing all 4 years. That lovely residential hall behind as a picture is our university hall, which serves sophomores, juniors, and seniors in our honors living learning community. That residential hall is actually suites. So we do have a couple options for you to live. We'd have a mixture between traditional suite and an apartment style. Our student to faculty ratio is 17:1 with 235 full-time faculty. So the biggest class you'll probably have is 20 to 25 students. Depending on what major you are in, that number might decrease as you move on up your major. So I remember my senior year, I had a course with 6 other students in the course. It was just very helpful for me. I'm an introverted person, and it helped with my discussion base part of it. With over 30 majors, 41 minors, and 55 concentrations. There's a variety of different majors you can pick from with the ability to double major, minor, and pick up different concentrations across fields and majors. Our top majors being business management, communication, criminal justice, education, and psychology. Nursing, competitive throughout any institution, and undeclared being our top major among our first year students. We do not expect you to know what you want to do. We will just work with you to give you a glimpse of what different majors have to offer and encourage you to pick a major by the end of sophomore year. A little bit about student life. We are a D3 institution with 21 D3 sports team. If you do not want to take part of the D3 sports team, we do have club sports and intramurals, 80 plus clubs and organizations with the ability to start one on your own. 3 opportunities to go study abroad, with the traditional study abroad going away for the full semester, short-term study abroad going away for 2 weeks in January and in May, and our national student exchange, which sometimes your bill does not change. So you pay the same price that you pay for WSU, but you're still experiencing a different institution. And then one of our favorite programs on campus, which is pet therapy. Some quick application filing processing. So we look for an application and fee, a high school transcript, and test scores if they were able to be taken and you feel confident about them. If not, we are test optional. So other optional items include college essays, letters of recommendation, resume, or list of activities, but 90% of our applicants still submit these items. One quick program I really want to touch upon is our urban education program. Is one of our special admissions opportunities. So you have the ability to spend 5 weeks with us on our campus to receive assistance with the transition from high school to college, opportunity to earn up to 6 credits completely free. And once you complete that summer bridge experience, you do receive a 100 completion grant. Beyond that, you are still part of the program, so you receive the 4-year experience with intensive academic and personal advising and assistance with the financial aid process. And this program does provide services to first generation college students, Pell Grant eligible students, and students of color. And lastly, some application filing deadlines for early action, which is non-binding. It will be November 15th, and we guarantee a decision by December 15th. For the fall semester, it will be March 1st, and for the spring semester, it will be November 15th. And then I just want to put out there that we do have a new concentration starting this fall, a art therapy concentration within our art department or psychology department, our music management under our music major, and then our sports management under our business management major. Below is my information if you want to reach out, and I'll also include that in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Westfield State University. Next up, we have the University of Vermont.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Kayla Goldberg, and I am one of the admissions counselors here at the University of Vermont. The University of Vermont is a public mid-sized research institution located in Burlington, Vermont. We are a medium-sized school with about 10,000 undergraduates, and something that I think people find interesting or surprising is that actually most of our students come from outside of Vermont. So as you can see here, 73% of our students come from all over the country, all over the world, making UVM a really interesting and diverse and vibrant community. When it comes to selecting what you'd like to study, we have over 100 majors located across our 7 undergraduate schools and colleges. So there really is something for everybody. And we also have an honors college. In addition, we offer 40 accelerated master's degree programs. So these are opportunities for students to take graduate level classes while they are completing their bachelor's degree and then graduate in 5 years with both their bachelor's and master's, which will save both time and money in your education. Experiential learning is a huge part of the UVM education, whether it's through internships, research, service learning, study abroad, participating in clubs and organizations, and more. UVM students are super active inside and outside of the classroom, very passionate about what they're doing, and love to apply what they're learning in practice. In terms of residential life, our residence halls are based on themed housing. So we call them residential learning communities. Basically, all of our residence halls on campus are based on some sort of theme, and then the residence life staff for that building plan events and activities based on that theme. So as you can see here, they range from everything from arts and creativity to entrepreneurship to outdoor experience, sustainability, and more. These are opportunities to help meet students who have similar interests to you. It helps you transition to college, meet like-minded people, and more. And our research has shown that students who live in learning communities like this, they persist in college to a higher rate, they perform better in the classroom. So we're super excited about our learning community options. Social justice and inclusion are also super important to the UVM community. On the left here, you can see the 6 values that make up our common ground. It's basically our mission statement and the values that unite all of us in the UVM community. And on the right are just a couple of the ways we enact those values in practice through our education requirements and our campus identity centers. So in terms of our education requirements, these are 4 categories of classes that all students have to take regardless of what they're studying or what college they're in. It includes foundational writing and information literacy, quantitative reasoning, sustainability, and 2 diversity classes. So that's kind of how we weave in our dedication to social justice into the education of our students. And then in terms of our campus identity centers, there are 4 identity centers here at UVM: the Mosaic Center for Students of Color, the PRISM Center, the Interfaith Center, and the Women and Gender Equity Center. So these spaces all have physical spaces on our campus where students can go and hang out, full-time dedicated staff that care so much about students and are working to promote everyone's growth and development throughout college. And they also plan events and activities and trainings and retreats for our students, whether it's for students who hold those identities or for the campus community at large. And they are a huge part of our community here at UVM as well. As I mentioned, UVM is located in Burlington, Vermont. So if you've ever been to Vermont, you may know that Burlington is the biggest city in Vermont, but it's actually more of a bustling small town with lots to do. This photo here is our Church Street Marketplace, which is our main downtown area, and it is located just a short walk from our campus. Lots to do, lots of restaurants and coffee shops, music and theater venues, public parks, a beautiful bike path right on Lake Champlain. If you like to ski or hike, we are surrounded by mountains, so that is right at your fingertips as well. Burlington is recognized as one of the best college towns in the country, and there's always something to do, and it's a lovely place to live. When talking about UVM, we like to say that we are both old and new, big and small, urban and open, these adjectives that may seem contradictory, but are all true. UVM was founded in 1791, making it the 5th oldest university in New England, but we're new in so many ways, constantly adding new academic programs, renovating and constructing new buildings, and so innovative in a lot of ways. Big and small, we like to say that we're big enough to offer all the opportunities and resources of a much larger research institution, coupled with small class sizes, access to faculty, and a tight-knit sense of community that you might find at a much smaller school. And lastly, urban and open. So again, with Burlington, we are located in the biggest city in Vermont, which offers our students lots to do outside of the classroom for fun and for internships. But at the same time, we are located right in the heart of nature, surrounded by mountains, located right on Lake Champlain. So offering our students lots to do with that for recreation or research, if that's something that interests you. In terms of life after graduation, 93% of our graduates are employed within 6 months of graduating or continuing their education. And our medical school and law school admit rates are much higher than the national average, as you can see there. So I hope you are interested in applying to UVM. You can apply through the Coalition app or the Common app. We have a number of different optional supplemental essays you can choose from if you'd like to help us get to know you a little bit more. And all of our students are automatically considered for merit-based scholarships as well. So thank you for listening. I will also drop my contact info in the chat and hope to talk with you more soon. Thank you.
Awesome. And again, folks, that was the University of Vermont. Last but not least, we have the University of Massachusetts, Lowell.
All right. Hello, everybody. Sorry, let me just get this on full screen here. There we go. My name is Mike Kalinowski. I'm with Umass Lowell. We are a public research university in Eastern Massachusetts. We're fairly medium to large sized. A big thing that sets us apart is our location. So we are in the historic Lowell, Massachusetts, one of the first planned cities in the United States. The great thing about it is just under a half an hour outside of Boston. So you do get, close enough to the city where you have all the access to everything that Boston has to offer, but we're far enough outside where we do have our own little community. Lowell itself is a city, but UMass Lowell is right on the Merrimack River, which kind of gives you both the city and the very green campus vibe. So it kind of is your all-in-one type of campus. Lowell is a very diverse community, which also reflects the city, UMass Lowell. Downtown is where a lot of our students spend their time, going to coffee shops, restaurants, art galleries, all of that good stuff. We're also less than an hour away from the ocean, a little over an hour away from the New Hampshire mountains. So you can still get your outdoorsy stuff and go hiking and go to the beach. It's close enough to our campus. Some good numbers and facts for you folks. We are one of the fastest growing public schools in the United States, which is really incredible, especially within the last 10 years. We've been definitely a school on the rise. We have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio. About 12,000 students, 18,000 total if you include our graduate and online school. And we're #1 in New England for return on investment. So trying to keep our costs low, but still provide a high quality education for our students. We have over 275 different clubs and organizations that you can join, intramural and club sports, NCAA Division I sports. And our students come from all 50 states and over 120 different countries. Those numbers, as far as GPA and the test scores, these aren't the minimums or what it takes to become a UMass Lowell student. These are just the averages. We are test optional for every single major on our campus. Some more numbers and facts, 11,000 undergrad students. We have over 120 different majors that you can choose from and about 70 different graduate level degrees. We do offer a 4+1 bachelor's to master's program for pretty much all of our master's degrees. So it's one less year of grad school and 1 year sooner you can start your career. So you save time and money from that. I already mentioned 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and our average class size is about 19-20 students. So within those 120 majors, they're organized into 6 different academic colleges. So a College of Engineering for some of our more popular ones like biomedical engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering. The College of Sciences, so your very traditional sciences like physics, biology, chemistry. We also have radiological health. The School of Business, so for a business administration degree or an MBA. The College of Health Sciences for nursing, exercise science, physical therapy, public health, the fine arts, humanities, and social sciences, all across the board, music, arts, psychology, criminal justice, and then our College of Education for both elementary education and high school level and above. We do have an honors college open to all of our majors. We're a big hands-on learning school. So we really try to get our students outside the classroom and into real life spaces. We always hear about students saying that entry-level jobs require experience somehow. We try to offer as many opportunities for experience that we can. So we do it in a couple different ways. Our co-op program, this is typically 1 semester. We are working at a local business or company full-time. You're also getting paid for that experience, getting to network with professionals in your potential future career field. And a lot of our students get offered jobs based off of this co-op program. Internships, a little bit more flexible, a little bit more casual than the co-op experience. Really all across the board for all majors, another great way to get that hands-on learning. Some are paid, some are unpaid, but that key point is networking and getting to see what your future career might actually look like. We're very big on study abroad. Our students have been to over 80 different countries around the world. So if there is a specific country you would like to study abroad in, we can definitely work to make that happen, even if none of our students have ever been there before. So definitely something I recommend if you have the opportunity. Clinical and practicum experience is really for our health and education students. It's really important for those careers and those majors to work with actual students in your field. So these practicum experiences allow you to do that, working with actual students or actual patients in the career field of your choice. And we're a big research university, so getting another thing to put on your resume, connect with our professors. It's not just for grad students, it's definitely for undergraduate level students. So if you do hear about an exciting research project, definitely feel free to just reach out to the professor and ask if you can help out. As far as the admissions side, we do have 3 deadlines each year. Nursing is the only major that you're required to apply during early action 1. All the other majors you can choose from any of the 3. And then we are on the Coalition app and the Common app. We've been test optional since 2015, and we plan on continuing to do so. And thank you so much.
Great. Thank you to everyone for sticking around with us and listening to what all these great colleges have to offer. I do want to remind everyone to use the Q&A feature if you have any questions individually for the colleges. But for the latter part of this presentation, we're going to move into a quick Q&A. So I'm really excited to welcome back Manhattanville College. And I just have a quick question for y'all. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Yeah, I would really consider the location of the institution. How far do you want to be from home, but also dependent on your program of study and your career goals. How can the location of the institution help you in achieving that? And I would also just add, if you do have any questions or concerns, definitely reach out to your admissions counselor. Our job is to make the process as easy as possible for you, and we're happy to do so.
Thank you, Jennifer. Next up, we have Manhattanville College. Manhattan
Um,
College. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I want to echo what Jennifer just said, but I would also urge students to consider all of the options that they have available. Consider what it might look like to reside on campus. Consider another state if you think it's too far to reach. Just having these conversations is extremely important. I also urge students to have fun in the process, especially during trying times.
Absolutely. Thank you, Evelyn. Next up, we have Dominican College.
Some advice that I would definitely give students that are going through the college search process, definitely if you have the opportunity, visit the campus. I know right now some campuses may not be offering in-person visits or tours, but definitely there are some virtual options that you can do. You can kind of look around campus, kind of see what the actual buildings look like. And also, if you have the opportunity, speak with some students that may attend the college or reach out, try to network with someone to just find out how their process has been at a certain institution if you're interested in it.
Great, thank you, thank you. Next up, we have Westfield State University.
Hello again. My advice would be to create a list. There's so many different things going on, but create a list of all the different deadlines, your dislikes, your likes of every single institution you're looking at. Keep an open mind. And again, to echo what they said before me, we are here to help you out and to support you throughout the whole application process, not just the beginning.
Fantastic. Next up, we have the University of Vermont.
Sure. My main piece of advice would be to reach out to current students if you can, even if there are no campus tours happening right now or anything promoted on the website that specifies this. Reach out to the admissions office, ask if you could talk to a current student, maybe from your area or in the major you're interested in. They will be so happy to help you and share what the student experience is like.
Fantastic. And last but not least, we have the University of Massachusetts, Lowell.
Yeah, kind of echoing what everyone else has just said, don't be afraid to look outside the box and be open to, the schools that you want to look into. Don't just only listen to what your friends are applying to, what your family's telling you to apply to. You might not think it would be a good school for you, but you really never know until you look into it for yourself. Definitely, whether it's virtual or in person, try to visit, talk to current students, all of that good stuff.
Awesome. Thank you to our panelists for all this sage advice going through this process. Now we're going to switch over into another question that I think is really fun and just to get a little bit more feel about what it's like to be on your campus. So again, we'll go in the same order and we'll start off with Manhattanville College. And I'm just curious, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
So I mentioned earlier that we have students from about 40 different countries represented on our campus, and we host an international bazaar every year where we have food available from all these different countries. And our international students, they show us their fashion, they sing, they dance, and it's just a wonderful way to come together as a community and celebrate everyone's culture.
That sounds like a ton of fun. Great. So next up, we have Manhattan College. Sorry about that.
You're fine. So we always hold a club fair, what we call Quadcella, right on our quad, where students can come out and meet all of our student organizations, sign up. And this is where a lot of our students begin to make those long-lasting friendships because they are getting to share common interests and begin having those conversations usually within the first week of each semester. So definitely my favorite event.
Super neat. Next up is Dominican College.
So every year we have an event. It's called Fire in the Sky. It's not dangerous, promise. But basically, we have a giant fair outside. It's a family event, so students can have their families come up. And it's basically like a giant fair all day. And then at night, we have a huge fireworks show on campus.
Wow, that sounds so neat. Next up, we have Westfield State University.
So my favorite event will be going back to our pet therapy. Every other Thursday, we bring pets to campus from our neighbors or from the city, and our students really enjoy them. Mental health is extremely important on our campus. A lot of students don't know how much it actually impacts them as a student, so our dogs and pets come to help them out.
Yeah, it must be nice to have a little break with a puppy around. Next up, we have the University of Vermont.
Sure. My favorite campus tradition is called Twilight Induction. Basically, this is when the entire first year class gathers together at the same time. They walk down Main Street, everyone gets matching t-shirts and is holding little candles, and there's speeches and celebrations and things like that. And it's super symbolic because it ends on the campus green, which is exactly where they graduate 4 years later. So it's a really lovely and symbolic tradition.
Neat, neat. And then last up, we have the University of Massachusetts Lowell.
My favorite event would be our spring carnival. It's basically like a big outdoor barbecue. There's live music, there's lawn games, there's like, obstacle courses, stuff like that. It's really just a good way to kind of like reflect on the year and, celebrate your accomplishments and get ready for final exams.
Awesome. Well, folks, that brings us to the end of our presentation. And I just want to take a minute and thank, first of all, our panelists for being here and sharing all the great things that their institutions have to offer. And for our audience as well, for taking the time to learn a little bit more about the options that are available to you. And with that being said, I'd also like to move on and let you know that once you close this window, there's going to be a very quick 4-question survey. If you could fill it out, just give us some feedback. We'd really appreciate that. Also, there's more sessions to be offered, so sign up for more. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other sessions recording at strivescan.com/CASDANY. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great morning.